Now, live from Seattle, this is Q13 Fox News This Morning.
So if you're still setting your Valentine's dinner menu, we have you covered big time today. Check this out. Kerry Norton is a winemaker with Woodinville's Columbia Winery, and Jeff Lantz on the end here is the chef at the winery. It's great to have you guys here. We're talking about flatbreads and wines and all things romantic. It's great to have you guys on the show.
It's great to be here. Thank you. We appreciate your inviting us.
So Jeff, our producer Scott told me, Mark, do not call these pizzas. They're flatbreads, and they look incredible. What are we talking about here?
Well, what we did when my wife and I were in Rome, we ate some pizzas in Rome, and they use a really thin crust. And so what we tried to do is make ours with a really thin crust.
So take us through some of these. The ingredients look just really fantastic all by themselves.
The first one right here is a rustic. It has truffle salt, olive oil, and oregano. The next one is our margarita, where we use fresh basil, fresh mozzarella, and a great pesto and tomato sauce. The next one is a pepperoni with olives, and the one on the end we're calling the Great American Pie, which is pork, ground beef, mozzarella, and parsley on top.
Oh, it looks beautiful. So what's the hallmark? I mean, in terms of how do you make the flatbread so it turns out? Do you suggest making it?
Well, I gave you guys some recipes for you can make your own, but also a lot of people buy them at the store.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get a very thin crust unless you have a machine to do it.
Yeah.
And but
so you just pop them in the oven. What temp?
400 degrees for about 8 minutes.
Oh.
I use a pizza stone at home with parchment paper. Sometimes I use my grill, and there's all kinds of ways to cook.
Well, they look fantastic. So, Kerry, let's talk about wine pairings. And how do you know when you're pairing wine with food? This is kind of not just any food, but this is kind of spicy and different. How do you do that?
Think about the food and the wine. You don't want the food to overpower the wine or the wine to overpower the food. And you want to match flavors in the wine with flavors in the food. So with the rustic pizza, we chose a Chardonnay. That's Covey Run Chardonnay, and that's right here. Right here. And the light flavors of the Chardonnay go very well with a slightly oily food with a little salt.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect combination.
Yeah, because a big heavy wine would just kind of
overpower the pizza.
Yeah,
it's like a couple. You want them to nobody to overpower the relationship.
Okay.
So with the margarita pizza, tomato-based sauce, we chose a Merlot. Merlot is a softer red wine. It goes well with tomato-based dishes.
Kind of fruity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, pepperoni is a spicy meat, and for that we chose Syrah. Syrah goes really well with spicy meats. And if you want if you have a lot of meat in a pizza, like the Great American Pie, you're going to want to have a Cabernet, which is a big, beefy red wine. So,
but also dry, it kind of cuts the oils and all that kind of stuff.
It cuts the oils. Yeah. The oils coat your tongue and cut the tannin of the wine.
Okay, well, very good. So, you guys are celebrating 50th birthday next year, is that right?
I'm not, but the winery is.
You're not.
Yes, we are the, if not the oldest, one of the oldest operating wineries in Washington.
And you guys are in Woodinville, right?
In Woodinville. That's Washington wine country. In Woodinville is close to Seattle. It's the place to go.
Who would ever thought that Woodinville would evolve as this wine mecca that it is? Both great wineries and great restaurants as well.
It's a great deal for Washingtonians because they don't have to drive over the mountains to wine countries. And we're both, Covey Run and Columbia are in Woodinville. Come and visit us. It's a beautiful place to spend a day.
All right. Well, I've learned something new this morning. You need to think of food and wine as a couple. They need to balance each other out.
Yes.
Just in time for Valentine's Day with that sentiment. Kerry Norton, Jeff Lantz, thanks so much, you guys, for being on the show. Appreciate it. And as Jeff said, the recipes are at Q13Fox.com. Just click this morning and scroll down to recipes. And these guys have also given us a couple of gift baskets that you guys can have a chance at winning. They're amazing. All kinds of wine in there, sweatshirt, bottle opener, and plus it includes tickets to a February 23rd show at Columbia Winery. For a chance at winning, go to Q13Fox.com. Click Win It Now.